Ooh.
Oh, hey. That's a total accident. All right. Oh, shit.
Hi.
Owie. Welcome, everybody, to the Renegade Podcast, Renegade Realm Podcast. How can I forget that part? Episode 141, the Call of Duty edition. That's right. Do you guys get that reference? No? Perfect.
Unfortunately,
anyway,
yes.
Okay, Assassin gets it. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We got a stacked panel, which is very exciting. Shout out to everyone. Andrew Cullinane, Farq, Mustafa, Arrow Nation, Iron Balls, Bino Red Hood. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. Ion Storm is here as well. Fuzzy Tomato. I think I said that already. Yes. And shout out to all the channel members that I don't have the list of that pulled up, but it includes a bunch of amazing people. If you want to join the channel to support, that would be amazing. I sincerely appreciate all the support each and every week, as always. Tonight, we have people with us, and not just me. It's a very exciting time. So we'll start off with my son, my one and only son, who just turned 28 years old. Congratulations to Assassin. Welcome.
Thanks for that, Red. It actually is my birthday today, so this actually came at a good time.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. And we also have King Fanman joining to talk about all the Bethesda things.
And I'm also 28, by the way.
You've been I remember my mom whenever I was younger, we would go into like a store or whatever. She would buy wine or whatever, and she would always make the same dad joke. I'm like, you're supposed to be my mom, not my dad. And she would say, you don't need my ID. I've been 21 a couple times. I'm like, shut up, Mom. Anyway, and then we have the man, the myth, the legend of not just one, not just two, not just 3, but 4 XP Gaming. Mike, thank you so much for being on, man. It's been a long time coming. Thank you.
There's the applause. Oh, thank you so much. Really happy to be here. It's going to be a ball tonight. Love it.
It is going to be lots of balls, lots of them. Yeah, so glad to have you on, man. And I do want you to, you know what? F it. Let's just get right into it. Who are you? What do you do? Like, everyone knows all about 4XP, but they've never heard it from the XP's mouth. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah, tell us what you're all about.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. So me and my buddy Garrett, we're doing our thing, playing our games and everything like that, and we realized, like, man, wouldn't it be great if we had like the Mountain Dew game fuel, the cherry citrus from, all the way back from Halo 3 to back in 2007. And so we kind of hated that there wasn't something that was like a healthier like soda out there, but not something like super aggressive, because we don't drink energy drinks. And it seemed like all the drinks out there that were gaming drinks, they're really just energy drinks. And so it's like, well, let's make something that like tastes phenomenal, doesn't taste like garbage because it's so healthy. Let's get like a nice middle of the road approach, and let's make something. And so in her very first discussion, I'm like, dude, we should throw a number in there, kind of like 7-Up, but let's do 4XP. And 4XP was born. We threw a bunch of money at it. We threw a bunch of time and effort into it. It was labor of love. And now we're meeting amazing people like you, like King, like Assassin, like Colt, like Mag, like Jez, and all sorts of people, because we're just throwing it out there. We want to share it with the world, share it with the gamers, and have it be something great. So yeah, that's me. My name is Mike, and I'm here with 4XP. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. And your last name is actually legally 4XP, right? You had to change.
Oh
that.
Yes,
right.
I did.
Every
yeah,
business
it was.
owner knows that.
My wife jumped on board immediately with that. It was rather simple, rather easy. She loved it. So
right, and then your kids, you have your daughter is 5XP, son is 6X. It's just in order as they go along. Your dogs, your cats.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're getting into more Roman numerals, and we love it. So they love it.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on here, man. And let's just jump into what we've all been playing. I guess Assassin, it's your birthday. What you been playing, man? What you been into?
So, funny story. You told me to come on. You didn't really give me a choice to say no, which is completely fine with me. But as you texted me, I was fighting the fire giant in Elden Ring.
Oh god.
And I somehow managed to beat it in one try. Somehow, some way.
Oh my god.
I had upgraded all my tier flasks, I think up to level 11. I know that there's 12 in the game, so I managed to get most of them. I don't really know how to get the last one. It's in Khalid, but so I beat the thing in one try. I had to use all my health flasks to beat it, but I managed to do it. So now I'm in the Crumbling Azula, I think it's what it's called. So wish me luck, everyone. I'm breezing through this. I didn't think I'd be too OP, but I used the Moonveil weapon, upgraded it to level 10. So I'm just cruising through it, man. It's so much fun. Now that I know exactly what to do, where to go. It's my third attempt to playing it, but I beat Dark Souls for the first time last year, and ever since then I've been craving another FromSoft experience. And luckily for me, there was a drought in May after beating 007 First Light, also a great game, by the way.
Yes.
So I've been playing that, and Witcher 3, side by side.
Oh.
It's not really a good idea to have two open world games side by side, or playing through two of them at the same time. But I'm having fun, man.
Yeah,
Now, what am I
nice.
gonna do when Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced comes out in 2 days?
Well, first of all, congratulations on saying it correctly. And yeah, that's gonna be in 2 days from now we're gonna have it's gonna be rough because I've been trying to speed through games as well just to make room for that because that game's gonna be like 100+ hours. Doesn't have to be. For the people who are excited for Black Flag, you could beat it in like 25 hours, something like that. You don't need to do all that, but you're playing it wrong if you do. No, I'm just kidding. But that's awesome that you found your stride in Elden Ring.
I've
Holly
already
says
decided
you're
my
near
next
Melania.
RPG.
Yikes.
I actually so I looked it up. I actually passed Millennia, so apparently I have to get a couple 2 halves of a medallion, I think, the Halictree medallion, I think. So I have one. I don't know where the second one is, but once I get it, I go to a different area. I think it's called the Consecrated Snowlands or something like that. And basically it's just a straight shot tour, but once I beat Alexander in Crumbling Azula, because it actually upgrades. Well, not upgrades, but he has a talisman that does 15% more damage with your weapon's, whatchamacallit, like special attack. So once I get that, then I'll go fight Millennia. But before, I'm curious. So Holly told me that she had a lot of trouble with Malekith, the Black Blade. So I looked it up and I was like, okay. So me and my girlfriend were actually watching. I was like, okay, it's not that. Why is he jump? Oh my god, he's terrible. Oh god. So now I got to prepare myself for that fight. So going through Azula, then Millennia, then Malekith, then try to beat the game. That's my game plan. So wish me luck.
Now, Holly in chat says you're near Malekith, the fucking F word. Which is I love that. I love that. Shout out to I hope I'm saying this right. Sfranka. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Sincerely appreciate that. It really means a lot. It says, love you guys. Love you too. Love you too. Always great and insightful. Awesome. Is this the end of Starfield? Stefano. Oh, Stefano. Maybe is that it, King? Stefano? Is that
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Stefano. Yeah, thank you so much, Stefano. Sincerely appreciate that. You know what? I'm gonna save your. King, don't let me forget. I do want to answer your question because we'll tie it into the actual Bethesda news. So, Stefano, don't freak out. We're not going to forget you, but I do want to tie in your question into the topics because we will be getting into that. Shout out to Last North, incredible supporter of the show. Thank you so much for sending in 5 channel memberships. Thank you so much. And let's see, Assassin got a membership. BT Maverick, Iron Balls, Holly. And Beano Red Hood, welcome back. Thank you so much for that. I sincerely appreciate it. And welcome to FarQ for rejoining. Channel member, you guys are just full of it today. Thank you so much. Really, really means a lot. Thank you. That's all I can say. Really, really means a lot. Yeah, throw in your questions. If you guys have any questions. By the way, 4XP Gaming, all the links. If you want 4XP, the social media handle is there. The website handle is there in the description. Also, the social links is there. Oh my God, Assassin. Anyway, 4XP in the link in the description below, and I'll have Mike talk more about that right before he goes. But don't forget it. So as the show goes on, if you're wondering what 4XP is, it's amazing, and that comes from a guy who doesn't drink sugar. I was completely addicted to 4XP. Like, it's so good. But anyway, please check out their links in the description as the show goes on to show them some support. Go follow them on Twitter. And I changed my Invisalign tray today, and it is so painful, so I'm like tripping over my own tongue as I speak. It's wonderful. So that's why I'm talking even weirder than I already do. Anyway, so Assassin gifted 10 channel memberships, bro. What the F are you doing, man? That is so nice. Thank you so much for doing that. And Assassin is here with us right now.
Oh shit, not good.
So
yeah, my mom didn't know what to get me for my birthday because she didn't. So I told her and my girlfriend, like, I pretty much pre-ordered every game I want to the end of the year. So there's literally nothing that they could get me. And all the games I want are in my backlog that are currently out. So there's nothing that could have given me. So she just gave me $100. I was like, you know what? I might as well give back for my birthday.
I mean,
I like giving back. So
that's
what I
do too. Honestly, like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, to pay my water bill. That would be great.
That would be great.
Right. But seriously, thank you so much, Assassin. I appreciate you, bro, and thank you to Fark you and Last North and Stefano. Sincerely appreciate it. Holly says, I remember when Red got his 4XP. I was texting Holly and Colt like, oh my gosh, like texting like, this is so good. Oh my God. I was like losing my mind because I just, my body was not ready for that amount of happiness. So anyway, so let's not lose the plot. King, what have you been playing, man?
I just got done with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I've been playing a lot of,
Wow.
I've been playing a lot of Starfield Creations and that car game I can never pronounce, Forza or however you pronounce.
Forza.
I'm
that's
terrible
it.
at pronounce. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Forza. You nailed it, man. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And I know you made a really great video covering Starfield mods. So you just been going in because you really got hooked back into Starfield right before the Terran Armada, because that was like hype time for Starfield. So you're still in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Terran Armada and Freelanes was okay, but Terran Armada is great. And then I can't tell you how many creations I've played in the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's been a bunch.
That's so cool, man.
That's only part. That's only video 1. I'm gonna make another video on creations for Starfield.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And please follow King Fan Man. He's in the description below as well. Check him out on YouTube and on Twitter. Please do that. And Mike, I forgot to ask you. I apologize. What have you been playing?
Yeah, so I was playing some John Carpenter's Toxic Commandos with Holly, and she's like, "Man, you gotta play the Division 2." I'm like, "Play the first one." I didn't like it. It was way overpromised, underdelivered. It's like, no, we gotta play the second one. So I know she's here. Cover your ears, Holly, but that game is fantastic. They did a really good job on it. I'm hooked on it. I haven't been able to play it all that much because with the Ocarina of Time remake being announced, I busted out my old GameCube and I've been playing Ocarina of Time offline and just loving it. Been following, 100% person on YouTube to just kind of go through everything and whatnot, because it's been years since I played it and want to get everything. So done all the quests except for the final battle, but just getting all the skulls and everything like that. So yeah, I've been playing offline, playing Ocarina of Time on my GameCube. It's been a ton of fun, and I'm playing on a wireless controller, which is great. Going back to the GameCube days, you had the wired controller, and so it's rather nice living in the 21st century. It's amazing.
Absolutely, man. So did you buy like a Brooks adapter to work with that, or did you just get like an offshoot kind of controller? Because I'm so into that stuff, dude. Like I'll play on my play when the last time I played on my PlayStation was like 2 years ago, but I have what's called a Brooks adapter, and you can take an Xbox controller and it works with any console, and it's amazing. So that's how I do it. It's great.
I actually bought a wireless GameCube controller and hooked it in, and so I thought about buying a N64 controller just so I could play it on my GameCube. And I'm like, no, my wife won't be too happy if I throw down $80 on a controller to play one game. So she doesn't like that for some reason. She just doesn't get it.
She doesn't understand. Yeah. As you slam your door, you don't understand. Door slams.
Yeah. I haven't handed her the controller and be like, try it, then you'll get it. I mean, I don't have that much faith, so we'll see.
Right.
Where's Division 3, Ubisoft? You've been working on it for like what, 3 years by now? Where is it? I just want to see it.
I do too.
Oh, they probably canceled it and started it up again, and canceled it and started up again. It's been through the ringer, I'm sure.
Absolutely. As far as what I've been playing, I'll run through it real quick. Fallout 4 survival mode. It's been incredible. Finally, I'm high enough level to where I'm actually not dying in one shot. Because there's actually an achievement-friendly mod that allows you to adjust difficulty. So I kill people in 2 shots, and I also die in like 2 shots. So it's perfect for psychopaths like me. Also, Dying Light 2 survival mode. It's called Restored Land, and it requires you to eat and sleep. but it doesn't change the combat difficulty. It just adds a lot of systems to the game that makes everything feel a little more meaningful. Also, I'm always playing Stalker 2, Crimson Desert, and then The Witcher 3. I just put like 155 hours into that, and I finally beat the main quest for the third time. And that's like the stopping point where you just live in the world and go do the DLCs and all the side quests. That's kind of what I've been doing. Also, jumped back into XCOM 2 because I've never beaten it. And I think I have enough patience now to do that before Star Wars Zero Company comes out. Because I'm like, I'm going to have XCOM 2 on the back burner for like 10 years before this other XCOM 2 or XCOM-like game comes out. Because I'm really excited for that. So that's what I've been into. Anyway, we right on the 30-minute mark, we're finally going to start the show. Thank you all so much for being here. If by the way, if anyone is new here to the channel and you're wondering what the F we're doing, this is a weekly podcast. Sometimes it's just me, sometimes it's me and one other guest, sometimes it's just doesn't happen at all, like last week when I got sick. But that's what's going on. So consider sticking around. Do hit the like button if you can. Really means a lot. And thank you to Assassin and everyone else for the actual support. Really, really means a lot. Let's get into the first thing, because I know a lot of people are here for this. Let's just talk about Xbox Bethesda shakeup. And we're going to sort of, as I do, as King does as well, he has a Bethesda-centric channel, try to skew the conversation towards what people are interested in, because this is like a wide net that's been cast. A lot of people got laid off, and it's not just, obviously, it's not just Microsoft, it's not just Xbox employees that got laid off. It's just Microsoft in general. I think it was 1,600 people in Xbox that got laid off. It's so sad because as people who, all of us here, we follow each other on podcasts and our YouTube channels, and especially just being on Twitter in general, it's just so depressing because every other day we're hearing about layoffs just all the time. And when it's based around a hobby that's supposed to be fun and exciting, it's always so sad to hear because these are people's livelihoods. There were a ton of people that got laid off that had been there for, I think there was, I can't remember his name, who had been at Xbox for like 27 years, and he got laid off. And essentially he took it as like, well, I'm retired because that's it. So some people did get a parachute, and good for them, but that's not the case for everyone else. So I did want to preface this conversation by saying that it does suck when people lose their jobs. And I hope that the good thing about the industry is that there's usually always an open door. What's the term? A swinging door? A rotating door?
A revolving door.
Revolving door. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So usually people know people in the industry, and they say, hey, just come on over here. You won't skip a beat. You won't skip a check. We'll get you in the door. So hopefully that's the case for all those people that did lose their job. But having said all that, we'll talk about how see Arcane in chat. On my way to my son's appointment. This is the stacked lineup. Yeah, shout out to Arcane, who's also great. He's a great content creator. I need to see more from him.
Speaking of Arcane, we will be, I'm guessing, considering this topic, right, we are going to be talking about the elephant in the room regarding Arcane later on.
Yeah. You know what? So why don't you just kick us off with the whole ding-dang topic about what's going on with Bethesda, and now the big scare that's happening with Arcane Studios, or Arcane Leon, with Blade and everyone else involved there.
So I'm not gonna lie, as much as I have been paying attention to what's going on at Xbox, I have just been joining the internet's outrage towards Sony these past few days. So forgive me if I don't know everything about this topic, but from what I understand, Microsoft, they finally had their rumored layoffs that we've been hearing about for the past month. One thing I will say about this layoff season, though, layoffs are terrible no matter how many devs there are. Like this year it was 3,000. Last year I think it was 5. I think there was a point they laid off 10,000 from their gaming division. Layoffs are bad no matter what. But one thing I will give this new leadership some credit. It seems like they are trying their best to just not automatically shut down their studios. Compulsion Games and Double Fine Productions are once again going independent. They'll be keeping on to the IP that they've developed before and after joining Microsoft, so that's good to hear. Undead Labs and Ninja Theory have been bought by an unidentified buyer. We're going to learn about who acquired Undead Labs later this summer. We're already getting reports that State of Decay 3 may not launch in Game Pass, which, I'm going to be honest, I've never been a fan, as of recently, that their first-party game should not have been on the service day one, but that's just my opinion. From what we're hearing, that game has actually been pretty good. From the alpha test back in May, people have reported just nothing but good things about that game. And finally, the last studio, Arcane Studios, they're not shut down. They're not bought out by anyone just yet. They're going through the French Workers' Council to discuss their options, trying to avoid being shut down. Apparently, Blade has been delayed internally and has been over budget, which is why they are being considered for a possible shutdown or sell-off or just something of that nature. Other than that, like, I know that Bethesda recently just got hit with a bunch of layoffs. Its software, I think, laid off 95 people, and a lot of those people were from the id Software, the id Tech team, like specifically the team that works with the engine. Obsidian got hit with layoffs. 60 to 75 people from that studio got laid off today. I don't know what it is, and people may flock me for this statement. How is it that Halo Studios is the one studio that doesn't get any layoffs? Like, I've heard nothing about that studio getting any layoffs in this past week. Like, I understand other studios like the Coalition and Playground not getting hit, but what? How does Halo keep surviving? Like, how does that team keep getting, like, not caught in whatever trap this is? But, either way. And finally, I think today it was confirmed BGS got hit with cuts too. Everyone from artists, animators, just everyone is basically just being hit. And I hate to be the bad news bear, but this is only half the layoffs that they have scheduled. 33,200 people today. The other half will be laid off throughout the current fiscal year, which is not good. Like, I understand that Xbox has needed a reset for years. I don't know what else to say, Matt, other than this is disappointing. I really hope this is the last time that the Xbox division has to get hit with something like this, but I don't see it being the last case, unfortunately.
Well, it won't, and that was kind of my whole thing about, like, just in a space where it's supposed to be about fun, it's our fun hobby and stuff like that. Like, the layoff talk, it's just never going to go away because these companies are so massive that the only way to make budget cuts is to take care of the overhead, just get it out of the way, and of course,
okay.
Lining pockets of other executives.
Arrow Nation, 3,200 across the fiscal year. So, yeah, 1,600 more layoffs throughout the next few months. Then 1,600, I think, for this week, and the other half will be throughout the year. Because either way, that is just so damn disappointing.
So one of the things that was speaking of Arcane is that Blade. Do we know how many developers are working on Blade right now? It's like over 100, right?
As of current, I think it was reported by Jason Schreier that Arcane Studios employs 206 employees in Lyon at the current moment. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's around 200 people there. Okay.
If Arcane was here, he would know. He'd be like 206.5.2. He's the Arcane guy. They got a paraplegic in there who's missing an arm, but who he counts as half. Now, but yeah, there's the Blade was sort of the. I'm saying was Blade is still happening, but Blade is sort of like the Spider-Man for Xbox, or at least people wanted it to be like a big tentpole title. Now, no, shade towards Arcane Studios, but they've never been. Would you guys call Dishonored a AAA franchise? Like, It's incredible. I love Dishonored. Love Dishonored.
It's probably the most underrated AAA franchise in the current modern day gaming age.
Right.
Like,
so what
that franchise
imagine,
is just so overlooked.
Like I wouldn't expect a. Okay, like I'll throw it to you, Mike. Like, whenever you think of Blade, what's like the first, like a Blade game? What's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it a big open world game, or is it something like we saw with like Wolverine, where Wolverine looks like big open spaces, but you're sort of moving through these big hub worlds? Because one of the things that Dishonored, that Arcane does really well, is that they have incredible level design. And I don't know if you've played the Dishonored games, but they have really, really great level design where you can replay the same level like 100 times and you can approach it in 55 different ways. So what do you expect? I mean, in terms of like Blade being a big tentpole title for Xbox, do you think that this is like, in terms of what's going on with Arcane internally, do you think that this is like, okay, guys, we need to move this along type thing? Or do you think it's just one of those unfair layoffs? Like, sorry, just to parse the question, what happened with Perfect Dark, for example? That game was in development for I don't know how long, and how much money they spent on that game just to have nothing to show for it. Do you think it's that type of thing that's happening right now with Blade, and the Xbox is trying to preserve, throw them a lifeboat by saying, we're going to cut you guys a little bit, but we're not going to kill you?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, like, it's a little bit more political there, with the studio, meaning that whether there's unions involved or whether the government is involved with funding and stuff like that, I think there's a lot more. And I think if there were any roadblocks to it, then they probably would have done the same with Arcane Leon as they did with not Compulsion, but with Undead Labs, and with what's the fourth one? Not Double Fine, but
yeah, Double Fine.
Ninja Theory.
Ninja
Theory. Yeah,
Ninja Theory. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it would have been something involved in that. And with the Blade game coming out, I'm anticipating it's kind of going to be like, you know, AAA budget S, thinking of like the prototype games, how big those were, where it's like, is it AAA? Kind of, yeah, like, you know, on the bottom end of it. So somewhere in that range, I would anticipate. But yeah, I don't think that that Microsoft was a fan of how long it was taking, with the French government being willing to take some of the shoulder and the weight of the development costs. They were excited about it, and so I think that has complicated things of sorts. But I think if they had their way, then they would have probably not shut it down, considering how, I don't want to say generous they were, but this is a very nice way of spinning off the development companies, so that the studios, so they don't just fire everybody. But I think it would have been a very, very similar thing to Undead Labs and to Ninja Theory.
Right. Really well said. Really well said. And whenever it comes to, the French, whenever you're dealing with a whole other entity in on the other side of the world, Microsoft's probably like, you know what, maybe they can sort it out for us. But in the meantime, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to make some cuts. That's all that we can do. Maybe they can save you without us stepping in too harshly, I guess, or too aggressively.
And it was kind of interesting, like, I don't know, 2 months ago, something like that, Double Fine, like, they filed to unionize the studio. And so I think that complicated things. And I don't know if that helped or if it hurt their cause or whatever it was there. But maybe it was great. Maybe it was not great. I don't know. But I think it definitely tied into them not being shut down, because there was an extra element, extra roadblock in there of some kind.
Which is crazy to me, because you would think that like Arcane Leon dealing with with Double Fine with the unionizing, and then you have French, I keep saying French, which is French Arcane Studios dealing with the government stuff. You would think that as a big bad evil corporation, like everyone thinks PlayStation and Microsoft is, that they just would have cut their losses and said, we don't want to deal with it. But maybe I think really what it comes down to is legacy, and I would hope that Microsoft understands that Arcane has a legacy, Double Fine obviously has a legacy, especially with Xbox. So they really want to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially in this looming big Asha Sharma reset. So that is a really good point. Like the studios have been fighting for their independence for a while before all of this happened anyway. So Microsoft probably looked at that and said, well, good for you guys. And obviously we don't want you to not make us money. So we'll see how it goes in the future. King, do you have any thoughts on the whole thing whenever it comes to, before we get into the Bethesda stuff, Bethesda proper?
Yeah,
what do you
y'all
think
are not going to like what I think and what I've heard. I've heard that Microsoft has already made their mind up with Arcane. And
really?
They're just kind of waiting on the labor laws with France to get everything working. But evidently they were not happy with the way Blade is looking around the Xbox Summer Showcase. That was the word that they might have shown it this year, but it was, the word that I heard was it was very janky, and the higher ups at Microsoft were not happy with it at all.
Right. And everyone in chat, Todd Howard told King this directly. Just
yeah,
so you know. It was Todd who told him. No,
Todd.
What other Todd is there? Todd told him. Yeah.
There's only one Todd. Like I don't fill in the blanks. Yeah, and that really is unfortunate, because I have heard similar things. But then Todd Howard himself came out and said, like, it looks fine, guys, everything's okay. And it's
he did say that, yeah.
Todd, you don't know what's going on in the gaming right now. You're a TV guy at this point. Come on, everyone knows.
But remember, Todd actually said that before the showcase. That news came out after the showcase. But I hope it's not the case. I love Arcane. Prey is one of my favorite games of all time. I know that came out of Austin, but that is an amazing game. Love the Dishonored games. So hopefully they can go independent. But there are some people that it looks like may or be interested in buying Arcane. So that I think that would probably be the best option.
I'm just going to say this, and I'm just going to say that as clearly as day. And someone can clip me this when it turns out to be proven true years later down the line. Microsoft letting go of Arcane, either shutting down or selling them off, I think that's probably going to be one of their biggest mistakes. There is no other studio like Arcane Studios. That team really is talented. I recently platinumed the original Dishonored because I liked that game so much. And I was going through Dishonored 2 like a month ago. Need to get back on that too. That team is just way too talented, and I get the feeling that if they let Arcane go, and they finish Blade, and it comes out to be the magnum opus that launches them into mainstream status, Microsoft, that's probably gonna be the biggest mistake they make this gen. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it would be unfortunate. It would really feel like we've like lost a big chunk that completes the sphere if Arcane went the way of the dodo, because they're sort of like the sim game guys, you know, like they are the immersive sim guys. And like you said, that was Arcane proper. This is Arcane Leon, but obviously they know their strengths. Otherwise, they wouldn't continue to call themselves Arcane Leon. Other than, you know, the brand recognition, and there's a lot of there's a lot of technical stuff when it comes to naming and your stock value and whatnot. We don't need to get into any of that, but they know what they're good for, or sorry, they know what their talents are. Arcane themselves, so hopefully they don't get. I don't think Blade is getting shut down. I just don't think it's getting shut down. Like they've already shut down another one of their legacy IPs with Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was huge back in the day with was it Nintendo 64 and whatever, and then it came to Xbox original, and then it was actually an Xbox exclusive with Perfect Dark Zero, and they spent millions and millions of dollars with a really rough thing to show for. And now if Blade is in the same boat, I guess it goes to I don't know, I guess it really comes down to how much money has already been spent versus what's worth it. And what it looks like right now with how Microsoft is talking about quality over quantity, I think that they have seen enough of Blade to know that this could be a quality game. Like because it's what it sounds like is like Xbox is going with we're having a few games each year that are absolutely the games you can't miss, right? Like PlayStation does, like with the Ghost of Tsushima, the Wolverine, the Spider-Man, like the Last of Us 1, those types of games, the kind of games that they don't need to be pumping out 57,000 games just to throw into Game Pass just to fill their catalog. And I think that that's really what they're focusing on right now. So in my opinion, I can't see a world where they just shut down Arcane altogether. But
hey, Red,
it's not that simple either.
Go ahead.
It's not.
I was just gonna say it's not that simple either, because if they cancel it, like, I don't even want to imagine the amount of money they will have to pay to Marvel and Disney for that cancellation fee. That's going to be in the millions there. And we've seen before in leaked documents how much money they ask in recompense just for Spider-Man. Like, I know Blade is not exactly one of the more well-known Marvel characters, but he is still a Marvel/Disney IP property.
Yeah.
If they get sold off to someone, they're going to have to sell it to someone that could actually afford to actually pay Disney back for all that development cost.
And that's the thing, dude. Disney, that's the thing. How much... This is always like
the French government's got their hand in it. Disney's got their hand in it. Like, too many people have their hand in it. Like, they can't cancel it.
Disney. Right, especially when it comes to Disney. Like, it's such a weird world. I would love to know the contract price for that PlayStation has with Disney to keep Spider-Man away from every other Nintendo and Xbox. They're like, we don't like money. I'm like, that doesn't sound like something that Disney would say, but good Lord, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man transcends video games and comics and movies, and like, it's insane to me. And I don't think that these executives really understand brand recognition the way that us fans do. Like, I don't know, which is just unfortunate, because a lot of us are armchair executives. We could probably do their job a lot better than them, especially Mike. He runs a business. Go ahead.
Oh,
Mike.
yeah. Say something? Well, I think with that, it's a little bit different, because Sony has their clutches on the movie rights to Spider-Man, and Disney wants that desperately. Ooh. And so I think that is definitely a bargaining chip to have them look the other way with it. And so, but yeah, I agree. That's another hurdle that they're definitely going to have to look after. And so I highly doubt that Arcane's going to get demolished, get closed down. It is kind of nice to look and see that, like, none of these studios got shut down. If we look back to a year ago, the Initiative got shut down, which was really disappointing, but like, they hadn't even made a game yet and cut their losses. But the other one at that time was the Tango Gameworks. They're originally going to be shut down, but then eventually I do believe it was PUBG Studios or Crafton that bought them.
Crafton, Bluepoint.
Crafton.
Which one? Yeah.
Yep. So they bought them, and now they're back going. So it's really nice to see. I don't want to say change of heart, but this difference in methodology. That's like, rather than shut down, should we just give them their independence? Should we cut our losses? The other thing that I'm really worried about is that Microsoft keeps on doing this. Xbox keeps on doing this. When are they going to learn their lesson about mismanaging things? We were all excited at E3 2018 and 2019 when it's like, man, we got 7 new game studios. This is great. And a lot of them have fallen short on delivering good games into Game Pass. And the cadence hasn't been there that we've been waiting for to have Xbox be back to this, juggernaut that we remember from the 360. And so when is the mismanagement going to change? They're, saying that this is a reset. It sounds like a reset. It looks like a reset. Is it a reset? Is this just another? Is this 343 turning into Halo Studios and nothing has changed? Like, what is it? What's going on? That's a huge concern that I have. I don't know if you guys feel the same way or think the same way, but.
Well, Asha coming out on Twitter and actually telling us why exactly they're making. See, that's the thing. Like, with the past few years, with Phil and Sarah, they just come out, give us the bad news, and don't explain why. But at least with this Twitter post, Asha is actually saying she's actually telling us what the problems were. 15 layers of manage. What? Why? Why was that?
Right.
Why is that necessary?
That was the big thing, and
How did it get to that point?
Recently, and I did a video yesterday about this. King did a video yesterday about this, talking about just all the hoops that you have to jump through. I can't remember who said it, but basically, if you put it in layman's terms, right? We've all worked retail at some point. We've all worked in the service industry at some point. If you want to make a decision, let's just say you work at a restaurant, right? And you know that you're going to be moving up into a management position, and you have an idea, right? And hey, maybe we should cut this. There's this item on the menu that is not selling well. Why don't we just cut that and just get rid of it? It's not making any money, and we can use that product for something else or whatever. Well, you just had to go to the manager and ask them, right? Hey, Todd, can we get rid of the crispy chicken sandwich? No one wants it but you. Can we get rid of that? That's usually as far as it goes. Or the person or the management says, well, that we'll have to go to corporate. We'll have to ask them. We'll have to talk to Denise, who's the district manager, in 5 counties over or whatever. We're gonna have to talk to her. And it's like, well, how do we get a hold of her? Well, you got to email her. Which email? Well, you got to email her. I'm like, fuck, I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. I don't even care. So it seems like what you were talking about, Mike, like a lot of the hoops that people would have to jump through just to get a point across creatively to the higher ups to get the ball moving whatsoever. It seems just like I would be totally discouraged if I had an idea for King, like a Fallout spinoff or whatever. Like even if someone at Bethesda, higher up at Bethesda Game Studios proper, came to Microsoft and said, we would love Obsidian to make a Fallout game. And well, then, Matt Booty says, well, okay, that sounds great. I'll send it off to what's his name. Then he'll send it off to what's her name. And then we'll say, it's like nothing is getting done. So what it sounds like, and to your point, Mike, about is this the final, like, are they actually going to do something this time? It sounds like by simplifying things, they might actually be moving forward with projects rather than just buying everything up like a Hoover vacuum and then just throwing it in the trash, because nothing's really getting done. Like, it's like you said, like, think about it like this. Whenever ABK happened, all these studios got bought up, and what did people start talking about? Backwards compatibility, or you're bringing back all the Activision games, you're bringing the Blizzard games, and none of that hardly happened at all. Mm-hmm. Like, no one got what they wanted out of that. It just seemed like it was simply Microsoft wanting the Call of Duty money and buying up two secondary studios outside of Activision just to say to the court, well, this isn't about Call of Duty. It's not about PlayStation. And it's really discouraging. So yeah.
What's great, Red, about this?
Yeah.
It's really funny that you mentioned that. Like, everyone expected Microsoft to bring back all the old Activision games and put it on Game Pass. Like, Arcane is still waiting on Prototype to come back in any sort of way. It's funny that you mentioned that, considering that Black Ops 1 and 2 is getting ported to PS5 this month, and Game Pass players, all they got was Modern Warfare 3 from like 2 years ago. So it's just like, why do you hate your consumers that much? Like, why?
We're yelling at you. Why don't you listen to us when we yell at you?
You don't hate us that much.
Come on, guys. Jonas says, everyone doing a video on this. If I did videos, I would have made a video on this. You guys know more than anyone. I've been pointing at the over-middle managing of BGS for years now. Absolutely. And Jonas commented on my video today. He's like, wow, mismanagement of BGS? I never knew. It's like, you son of a bitch. I guess we can jump to... It's shocking.
Hey,
yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Brand new information. Brand new.
I just broke it. Yeah. What were you going to say, King?
There's one thing that I don't hear many people talking about. Believe it or not, BGS Austin had the most layoffs of any of the BGS studios. And then, of course, ESO lost half their studio as well. And I'm wondering if Microsoft is going to be pulling away from those 2 live service games. One's been going on 12 years, one's been going on 8 years. And sadly, I love Fallout 76, but they have lost 90% of their player base.
That's insane, man. This is a great segue into our next question. Stefan, I haven't forgot about you. We're going to talk about that now. Is Starfield dead? Just being a question to throw into the mix here. So King Fan Man, if anyone, again, people, please go check out King Fan Man. He's got over 20,000 subscribers now, right? Well, no, you've been over 20,000. right? Or you just hit 20? Dude, congratulations! It is a huge milestone. But please go check him out. You built your channel up really on Fallout 76. Is that right? Like that's your bread and butter. So I guess we can just move into how all this ties into Bethesda game studios and just Bethesda in general outside of the publishing stuff. So go ahead and just reiterate what you said. So Fallout 76, that's Bethesda Austin has lost a ton of
they lost
employees.
25 people. They lost 25 people. It was strange. Maryland and Austin lost the most people. Montreal and Dallas didn't hardly lose anybody. Montreal is their mobile studio. Dallas is their support studio, which is crazy. Hopefully some of those that came out of Maryland were those middle management, but then we're hearing a lot of like real veterans that's been there and built their careers up, or some of the ones that have been let go, which is crazy. But yeah, talking about Fallout 76, they've lost 90% of their player base. So, I mean, I'm just reading the tea leaves here. I haven't heard anything, but when they cut half the studio there in Austin and the player base is not there, it looks like that game may be winding down. I bet they've probably got a couple of more big updates in them to get them to season 3, and then if the players don't come back, that game will be done. And as far as the guy's question about Starfield, that's a very interesting question, and it's according to how much pull Todd Howard is left with. Obviously, Asha has taken some of his power away, because if it was up to Todd, he's already said he wanted to do more Starfield. He wanted to do more DLC for Starfield. But the focus obviously is Fallout and the Elder Scrolls. So we're going to see real quick how much pull Todd Howard still has.
Right. Yeah, really well said. And you would think that, so we've already seen like a live service crash, especially with PlayStation after Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan was like, live service, and he's holding his controller like this. And that obviously just completely, I'll play video games, I'll do. That was my Jim Ryan impression. And
uncanny.
Thank you. And now it seems like now we're not even talking about PlayStation, but it's the live service and gas games, that type of stuff has sort of been, it's completely oversaturated. And this is obviously one of those things that it's a byproduct of looking at successes like Fortnite and Overwatch and, all the big live service games that everyone's been chasing. And obviously we talk about this to death all the time, that by the time people try to chase the trend with development times, you're already 4 or 5 years too late to jump on that, to monetize that properly, to jump on the bandwagon of hype and whatnot. So you would think that with a game like Fallout 76 being now 9 years, it's 2018.
8 years, right? Almost
8 years old.
Yeah.
And Elder Scrolls Online, which is 10 years.
12
years. That's right. That's crazy, 12. Man. They're still huge games, but every single time it's still as popular as they are. And I would actually love to know the player base, like a rough average of concurrent players for both of those games. But it's crazy to me to think that live service
I know
games,
for Fallout 76, I don't for ESO, by the way, if you want them in
really?
a minute.
What is it for 76?
Well, excuse me while I get my notes because I can't remember anything. Back in January, Fallout 76 was running an average of 35,000 with peak of 55,000, and it was down in May all the way to 26,000. So, I mean, that's how far it's gone down. Just the Steam numbers, there was only 6,000 average in May.
So, okay, hang on. So we're looking at 25,000 average, but we're down 6,000. That's still 26,000 people, right? Like, Concord got shut down like a week before, and it had like 100 players or whatever. But there are live service games out there right now with not even a fraction of that. We're talking like maybe just a handful, like a couple thousand people playing, whatever insert game. There are companies.
Here's the bottom line, though. On 76, they've made about 500 million. Of course, we don't know the exact numbers because they won't release it, but it's made about 500 million over 8 years. Fallout 4 made 2 billion almost right out of the gate.
Right. That's a really great
I know exactly where Usha wants to go.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess the reason. And Assassin, you might be on the same page. So I'll say this, and then I'll kick it off to you, Assassin, because so when we were I was just talking about how Asha Sharma talked about cutting down layers from 15 layers to 5, and sometimes even 3. They want to start focusing on quality over quantity. And obviously there are a ton of, there goes Mike drinking 4XP. Go to 4xp.com, link in the description below. They want to focus on game. Now they have all these talented developers, and especially a ton of developers that are already talented with working with Creation Engine, with Fallout 76. And now Elder Scrolls Online, that's obviously not the same engine, but they're still under the Bethesda umbrella. Assassin, do you think that now they're going to start moving towards their big tentpole titles? This is sort of what I talked about in my video, pushing all these developers, instead of getting rid of people, even though they did, to moving more people from Fallout 76, from Elder Scrolls Online, and people under the Bethesda umbrella to start working on things like, helping development with Elder Scrolls 6, and then hopefully handing off the Fallout IP to, let's say, Obsidian or something like that, and maybe giving some more support to Starfield down the line. So Starfield did really well. I don't care what anyone says. It sold a lot. It did a lot. It was really successful. Okay, stop yelling at me, Assassin. Go ahead.
Okay, you don't want me to get on Starfield about all right.
No, stop.
So when it comes to Bethesda, are you talking about BGS like specifically, or Bethesda as a publishing arm?
Well, we're just talking about the new shift in focus to quality over quantity. So them taking the developers from the Bethesda umbrella and shifting them towards Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing with BGS, and there are 2 IPs, Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Hang on.
What I was thinking about while you guys were talking about, the reason why I think there is such a huge disconnect in the BGS community is because there's actually 2 different types of Bethesda fans separated by generations. So you got the generation of Bethesda fans who played Morrowind, Oblivion, Fallout 3, you could argue New Vegas, even though that was Obsidian, and Skyrim. Then you get to the current gen of Bethesda fans who know Fallout 4, Starfield, Fallout 76, ESO. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I think that ESO and Fallout 76 are not major reasons, but they are reasons why Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 are taking too long. That may be incorrect, and I understand if it is. I will say I'm wrong if it is. But based on how things are going, that's what I genuinely think. I'm not saying Starfield is the reason. Todd is allowed to do whatever he wants. He's the creative director, and if he wants to make another Starfield, then just let him. If he wants to make Elder Scrolls 6, let him. Fallout 5, that's fine. But like what King Fanman just said, 90% of Fallout 76 players are gone. Like, how many did you say were playing on Steam, like concurrently? Like
6,000.
6,000? How many How many Skyrim players are playing right now?
12,000 probably.
Yeah, but you guys see what I'm saying, right? It's just another unpopular opinion that I think I'm gonna get flagged for, but Todd Howard has got to get used to other people handling his babies. Like, he's not going to be around forever. He's got to retire at some point. Someone else has got to take the reins for Elder Scrolls and Fallout. He can't be controlling everything, or he can't be that absentee father of, hey, Todd, can we do this? And he's just blindly firing and approving everything that's being suggested to him. That's not how it...
I agree 100%.
That's not how it's supposed to be. So,
especially when you have 15 years in between games, come on. If he was putting them out every 4 years, we might be okay with that.
Yeah, but what BGS needs to do, Fallout and Elder Scrolls separately they're gigantic IPs. Like, they are now well-known mainstream IPs. They gotta have development teams on both at the same time. I'm sorry,
Yes.
you gotta separate the teams. Like, those, you can't be serious with me when you're saying that the announcement for Elder Scrolls 6 is longer than the wait between Skyrim and Elder Scrolls 6's announcements.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. The announcement, the age of the announcement is longer than the time between the previous entry and the announcement. And it's going to be even longer for Fallout, because, my God, Fallout 4 came out, what, 2015, 11 years ago? We don't even have an announcement for that.
No.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a good idea to have Obsidian and InXile as support studios. Let's face it. The team that made New Vegas at Obsidian, yes, some of them are still there, but I don't think they want to do it. Like, Fergus Urquhart, the head of Obsidian, has said he wants to do it, but he's got to consider what the other teams want. Josh Sawyer probably wants to make another Pentiment. The Grounded team probably want to make Grounded 2.5 or Grounded 3 or whatever they want to do. And InXile, like, that team is so excited for Clockwork Revolution, which looks good, by the way. I don't think the teams at Obsidian and InXile would even be passionate enough to make a Fallout or Elder Scrolls game. Like, spin-off, mainline, I don't think they want to do it. What they need to do is hire those people back that they just laid off, put two separate teams, one on Fallout 5, one on Elder Scrolls 6, with Todd at the helm for that one. But someone's got to lay the groundwork for Fallout 5. Someone's got to do it. And it can't be Todd. I'm sorry. We got to get new blood in there. It's time.
You think getting rid of Todd would help?
No, I think Todd should just stay there and just mentor the next generation of BGS creative leads.
And the thing is, dude, not to completely interrupt you, but I am anyway. I think that is what has been happening. I think that has been what has been happening for the past few years, because Todd has been very involved on things outside of gaming, and Todd Howard's always going to be the face of Bethesda. Even if he's retires tomorrow, people are going to be using him in their thumbnails, just like I do, just like King Fan does, like, that he is Bethesda. But there was a time where we thought that new management was going to help change Bethesda for the better with people like Will Shen, and then Will Shen just retired. So it's really difficult to find the people that are actually going to make the changes over the next generation that actually, want.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Will Shen retired?
He left.
Yeah,
I thought he
gone.
joined Jeff Gardner's new studio.
He's not at Bethesda. That's all that matters.
Yeah. He's at something. He's at something Wicked Games, right? The team that's making
something.
that Portuguese RPG led by Jeff Gardner.
As far as I know, he is.
Andrew Cullen says Assassin wants to fire Todd Howard. # save Todd.
I don't want to fire Todd. I think he should. You
heard it here
take a
first.
back seat.
Yep, exclusive.
Most of these guys that left, like Will Shen, Nate Perkapile, you start naming, was the 14 layers of management. They said you couldn't get anything done. You had to talk to this person and that person.
That's a really good point. Go ahead,
of course, who do you blame for that, though? I go back and say Todd is a fantastic game developer, but he's been an awful manager.
Yeah,
Should they have ever done Fallout 76 and Starfield back to back? I mean, you do two brand new kind of games that the fans are not expecting, not asking for, and that takes, literally, it makes your studio go over 10 years without working on a single player Elder Scrolls or Fallout game. That was a terrible management decision.
Yeah, it's always, it's like, and of course, we see the people in our comment section, King, where they're just like, fire everyone, fire Todd, slop him, all the crap. It's like, come on, let's have an actual conversation. Don't just throw a bunch of expletives to expect me to respond to you. But it's funny that you say that you're a Bethesda guy just like me, and I guess maybe I'm too naive to accept or to recognize that Todd would be the one responsible. So in my eyes, and just correct me if anyone has more insight, Jonas, DeMarco, anyone in chat, in my eyes, it's been Todd Howard has sort of taken a step back and let other people manage things. And he has been, like I said, the mentor, sort of the overseer, no pun intended, of Bethesda
But
Game
he is the
Studios.
one making the big decisions as far as this is the game we're going to work on. Those
It's
are
not just
some of
BGS either, King, because like if you add in, like you said, like have the terrible idea of having Fallout 76 and Starfield back to back. Not to mention his time was also stretched thin being a producer on Indiana Jones. Like that's basically 3 projects.
and the TV show.
And the TV,
and the TV show.
Yes.
That's 4 separate projects that you're trying to separate your time on. Like what? Why? I get it, but why?
Well, I think the why is more personal for Todd. Todd has been doing this for a million years now, and he wants to do some different things while still holding on to his babies, but also having some say in the actual intellectual property without having any hands-on with video games. So you have and that's outside of developing Indiana Jones. He was a producer. He was, again, a mentor. He was an advisor. That's what producers do. Not exactly what producers do. Jonas is going to yell at me, but you know what I mean. He wanted to end with the Fallout TV show. He wanted to make sure that things were cohesive to the universe. But I guess you guys are right. Yeah, it's nothing against Todd. I think Todd he's living his life. He's living his best life, and he wants to do other things while still trying to appease the fans. But he is so hands off right now with everything BGS. I think it's pretty apparent, and I'm sort of grasping that as you guys are saying that.
Can I add one last thing to the Todd thing? And y'all were talking about, I think Assassin said he's going to have to let go of his babies. It was last summer, 2025, and several insiders have come out and said this now, that Microsoft had okayed another Xbox studio to make a Fallout. A lot of people think it was Obsidian, but whoever it is, Todd Howard stepped in and said, no, we want to keep those inside Bethesda Game Studios. And back then, while Phil was here, he got his way. But I don't think he's going to get his way anymore. But so we would have another Fallout going if it weren't for Todd.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Yeah, Mike, you have any other thoughts?
Yeah, as you're sitting here talking about this, to Assassin's point, like, I worry how this refocus that they're doing may not have the particular outcome that they're possibly hoping for. So just pointing out that, we have Obsidian now in Xbox Studios. Let's pretend today, or a year ago, 2 years ago, they said, yeah, let's, green light New Vegas 2. It's not going to be the same sequel that we would have gotten if it was, released 10, 15 years ago. Because those studios have changed. They've gone different ways and got new jobs and things like that. It's, same thing with the Mass Effect series. It's like, well, BioWare's never going to make a good Mass Effect again because the studio has changed so much. The people that we're always going to be disappointed in a new Mass Effect game.
Right.
And so I wonder with
Blizzard,
that, I think that
with Diablo.
Yeah. And so, I mean, with this refocus, I do agree that it's like, Todd, you're not listening, but if you were, you need to let go a little bit. And I think, the Fallout series was really good, probably for that, where he wasn't hands-on filming. I mean, he did go and visit the set and stuff like that, so that was probably a good letting go thing there. And hopefully, we'll start to see a little bit more. But also, I don't think it's just going to be a plug and play. When Halo Infinite was in trouble and Joseph Staten came on, it's like, sweet, we're actually going to get a really good Halo game, and we didn't. I mean, it was a good one, but it wasn't.
I mean, the story was great.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah.
it wasn't the next step forward that everybody wanted to. A lot of fun multiplayer and stuff, just, really limited in scope and things like that. And so that is my biggest worry. I'm not trying to rain down doom and gloom, unless you want me to, I can. But that is definitely something that I don't think it's going to be plug and play. I don't think it's going to be as simple as, hey, Todd, we need you to let go and give it over to Obsidian and they'll knock it out of the park. I'm not saying that they won't. It's just saying that we're not going to get the same product that we would have if they would have jumped into a New Vegas 2 over a decade ago.
Right, exactly. And I think that's and this is the thing. I'm sorry to always make it about Starfield, chat. I'm sorry. But even if people love Skyrim right now, they love Skyrim right now just as much as they loved it and in a lot of cases even more than they did even then, because nostalgia, it builds up and you have these rose-colored glasses, but you still have hands-on with the game, right? Starfield was an experiment for Bethesda, but it is still a Bethesda game at its core. The element that people don't like about it is that it's a space game, and when it comes to that, if you wanted the more linear game that was supposed to blow everyone out of the water, you could look at something like The Outer Worlds, right? Which is a curated, you fly around, you land on planets, and that's your game, right? At its core, it really is. It's 100% a Bethesda game with all the elements there, all the elements that Skyrim had, all the elements that Fallout had, all combined together, and it does its own thing. Now, it was an experiment for them. But Bethesda, so I'm getting so distracted by the chat already. You guys are hilarious. But lose my train of thought. Starfield, I forgot my whole train of thought. This is great. It's perfect.
None of us were following you anyway, Red Wolf. We had no idea where you're going with this.
King, what was I going to say?
I thought you were doing your word salad thing that you do to Colt all the time.
I was going to say, I know, oh my God. Every time I felt so bad for Jez, I was like, when it comes to restructuring the structure, what do you think was a safe place for them to begin taking in what they had without giving what they lost? Thanks. He's like, what the fuck?
What's your thoughts on that?
Go ahead.
And Jez almost started answering it. Did you see him?
He did. And then he actually laughed. He got it. And Colt was like, ignore this guy. He is mentally retarded. Yeah, so anyway, it's fine. But I forgot. Let's see. Jonas, I was waiting for Jonas. It's not that Starfield was a space game that bothered me. It was the immersion of the world due to lack of handcrafted location, which is what space is. It's empty. But people didn't like that. I'm so sorry, God. I genuinely forgot where I was going with that.
I think you were probably going to say
apologize to Mike too, because
were you going to say that Starfield's going to grow in people's nostalgia as it goes away?
Oh, right. Okay, yes. I think where I was going with it was that, thank you, is that as much as, thank you, yes, because that was exactly right. Because Mike was saying the games that we love, even if like the next Mass Effect that comes out, right? It's still going to be a great game. Just like Dragon Age Veilguard was a great game. It was not a great game narratively. Let me finish. It was not a great game narratively, tonally, but everything else about it was great. Just like The Last of Us 2. Peak graphics, peak combat. I mean, everything, the performances and everything were incredible, but it doesn't take that much for people to bounce off of it. You could have the greatest game in the entire world, and there is a massive elephant in front of you, and you're like, you are blocking my entire experience. That would be the narrative for Last of Us. That would be the narrative and the tone for Dragon Age Veilguard. That would be the narrative and tone for Andromeda. As much as I love Andromeda, but it's not Mass Effect, right? The same could be said for Bethesda games. So, like, I remember whenever Oblivion came out, it was me and Jonas and DeMarco who were watching the reveal of it. And immediately Jonas and DeMarco were like, you would like pick something up, like a mushroom, and it'd be like, and it gets like sucked up and it has like this weird Disney animation. And I'm like, that was weird. And they're like, nope, that's not right. That's not right.
I'm out.
But what if
you have a great point, because you remember when Fallout New Vegas came out, it was not as well loved as it is now. People hated it. It was buggy mess. It was not until after Fallout 4 that New Vegas was really lifted up to the
Witcher 3
that it is now.
The Witcher 3 was clowned on. It was a horrible, buggy, glitchy, janky mess, and now it is revered as the greatest RPG ever created. It's so
one of the greatest RPGs, Fred. let's not
One
show
of
our bias
the
here.
two greatest RPGs besides Mass Effect. Yes, you're right. Anyway, we're running low on time because I know Mike doesn't have too much time. I do want to jump into, and thank you guys so much for being here. I see you guys in chat, and if you haven't yet, please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you just happen to be catching the live stream, which is very unlikely. But do please hit the like button. That would help out a lot. We're going to talk about everyone's favorite topic, physical media. Let me ask this. So everyone knows PlayStation just killed physical media, and we're hoping there's going to be a massive fight. Ion Storm just says, you just described Bloodlines 2. Don't get me started. It's exactly right. Anyway, we all know about what happened with PlayStation with the physical media thing. It sucks. And I can give my thoughts. It's very short, very sweet. But first, Mike, are you a physical media guy in any way? Do you collect vinyl? Do you have any Blu-rays? What's the last physical thing that you bought in terms of
oh my
digital
gosh.
entertainment?
Well, like I bought the Doom the Dark Ages, the collector's edition, just so I could have the statue. So I got that game. Right. Yeah, which I've loaned to my friend because it's on Game Pass and he doesn't have Game Pass. And so but before that, it was probably, I think it was The Force Awakens on 4K Blu-ray. I think that was the last physical media that I bought. Because yeah, it's absolutely a dying thing, and I'm okay. Like, I was super excited when the Xbox One came out, and I'm getting the Titanfall edition, and I'm getting it digital, and I'm going all digital because I got little kids, and they lose my stuff, and they break my stuff. So I'm like, I'm going all digital. I've been on that bandwagon since 2013. But I truly hate this news for sure. And no other reason than look to Nintendo, because Nintendo sucks at this. That, you know, there's questions about monopoly and stuff like that. And it's like, no, there won't be a monopoly. You can still buy it in select stores, stuff like that. But Nintendo's stuff never goes on sale. Like, if you want to buy Breath of the Wild, it is still $60 to this day. Or you can go on eBay and get it for $52 from, you know, a reseller or something like that. Like, that is absolutely criminal that it's never going to go on sale. It's always going to be the same price. You're going to be boxed into this. Well, I better buy it now when it launches, or I'm just going to waste time not owning it in the future. So I absolutely hate this. I'm not a collector. I like to collect things like coins and paper clips, you know, just like any other cool guy out there. But but no, I'm very, very much annoyed by this, because I don't like how Nintendo has been doing it for years, and with the model that they've been doing it with. I mean, there's still cartridges. You can still buy them in a back alley from somebody that has Mario Party 6 or whatever it is. But
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave,
you know Dave too. Awesome.
Yeah, I know Dave.
But yes, super not happy. You know that people that do actually collect games are upset. But for me, it doesn't impact me too much. But it's not a great consumer friendly move by any means.
And let me ask you: is it because I don't want to, like, you know, throw out an idea that might change your perspective, but like, is it what I've seen is that the people like you who are just completely strictly digital for the most part, they're more upset for the people that have lost a choice. Is that kind of why, or is it more because we're about to go deep into the conversation, so I don't want to go to it, but I do want to know why. Is it because it's anti-consumer in the way that people buy games, and how the market is now skewed towards one storefront, one price? There is no way around it. Like, PC guys all day long, you're going on Penguin, you're going on CD Keys, you're buying your games for $5 a pop sometimes, when the standard edition on the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store is full price, $60, $70 and whatnot. So what is it? Is it about the taking away the choice, or what is it exactly? Is it just
100% taking away the choice? I mean, what is it? 85, 90, 95% of people buy stuff digitally for games now, and
like
that's
80%.
That's fine. And so
That
I
was
get that,
actually
but it's like
confirmed to be incorrect.
it's only 25% for sure. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, baby.
no,
You got a Renegade Realm Podcast. We're breaking the
No, Red. So here's the thing.
I told
People
him.
have found out that Sony's been manipulating the data, on average, 40 to 55% of gamers who buy games on PlayStation buy the physical edition.
Okay.
Wow.
Even higher if it is a single player experience. The only time where digital on PlayStation oversold the physical was if it has a multiplayer component. MLB, Call of Duty, multiplayer focused games sold better digitally, whereas single player games sold better physically, which is insane to think about. But then you remembered a lot of multiplayer experiences are digital or free to play.
Okay, that is good. That is some good insight.
And that coincides. I do believe that I saw that PlayStation console sales. I do believe that 70% of PS5s out there do have the disc drive attached to them, and so that would make sense that we're sitting at 45. You said to 50% of PlayStation gamers still play on disc.
40 to 55. It's nowhere near as it's nowhere near 85% digital to 15 physical, but 40% to 55%, that is a huge section of your community that still supports physical games.
And if 70% of your customers are buying a disc drive, they're not buying it to play CDs on it or to watch Blu-rays on it. Heavens no, they're streaming that stuff 100%. Nobody's popping in a Blu-ray for any means. It's to play games 100% of the time. And so that's what I like about the Series X. I've only thrown ever, Doom the Dark Ages in there for a disc, but yeah, it's 100% the choice. I look at it not exactly the same, but if you remember in the day when, probably around the end of the 360 PS3 and the beginning of last gen consoles, where it's like, hey, if you pre-order from GameStop, you get this bonus, and if you pre-order from Best Buy, you get this one. If you pre-order from Toys R Us, you get this one. And it's like I can't even get the full version of the game technically because of the retailer I'm buying this from. This is an absolute joke, and you couldn't buy it. You had to get it off of eBay and stuff like that. And it was so frustrating as a consumer. That's I want everything. I want to buy all the DLC. I want to have the full version of the game, and I can't get it because I didn't pre-order 4 different copies. One from Target, one from Walmart, one from everywhere. And it's just annoying that choice is gone. So super frustrating. But I think they obviously announced it. They knew that Xbox was announcing some stuff yesterday, so they announced it beforehand. So hopefully
they thought the layoffs from Xbox were going to be a devastating bloodbath that people have been saying it was, and then it wasn't. No, Sony has actually tweeted 3 things today, and each time, oh my god, they're being eviscerated.
I saw they tweeted out here, we got a new pad that you can use for video games, and I had 9,000 likes and 200,000 replies, and I'm I already know what this is gonna be.
All right, hold on, Red. I got it right here.
You got the numbers.
10 hours ago, PlayStation put out a tweet for their Flex Strike wireless fight stick, for fighting games, and they quoted Marvel Tokon with it, right?
Yeah.
59,000 replies to 9,000 likes.
There it is. Yeah.
PlayStation Plus monthly games for July, 5,000 likes compared to 18,000 replies. Great.
Yep.
A Blood of Dawnwalker tweet, 2,600 likes to 12,000 replies. And they retweeted Doom, and in the comments, people are saying stuff like, Sorry, PlayStation, we saw you retweet this. No disc, no buy.
Right.
People are commenting on the Doom Twitter account. It's all right, we saw Sony retweet this. We gotta come after them here too now. So retweeting Doom will not save you, Sony, and we are not playing Doom or any other game on PlayStation until you give us a disc for next gen.
So
it's so funny because 13 years ago Microsoft tried this obviously with the Xbox One. It did not go over well, and I hope that it comes full circle and there's this monumental shift, because it's no, we're still not playing around. We're gonna vote with our dollar, and that's what we're gonna do. So I hope that's how it works. I always hope That's how it works. It's like vote with your dollar to get what you want. Don't support the people that you hate what they make and what they're doing and what agenda they're pushing, everything like that. Vote with your dollar, and we'll see what happens. So
Exactly.
I genuinely feel bad.
Think about Xbox having a huge opportunity right now with Helix. They should go ahead and announce we're putting a disk drive in it.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys saw, but apparently they are.
Yeah.
Apparently they are actively like reevaluating whether they should have a physical disk drive because of the controversy that Sony is in right now.
Good.
Right.
So all I gotta say is,
should
Asha, if you gotta recreate that viral video from 13 years ago with Shu and that other executive. This is how you play games on Project Helix or whatever they're gonna call it.
Right.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Yeah, at least have a detachable disk drive for sure, even if it's too hard. And Jason Schreier's like, no, we can't do it. It's like, at least have something detachable. At least throw a disk drive option out there for sure. Yeah.
And that is the big thing. And so I guess I'll just say my opinion, and for everyone in chat, the people who are saying the game's not on the disc and DRM and you don't actually own anything. Here's what I will say. First of all, just before I forget the point about our current library, me, Assassin, and King here still collect physical media. Just for everyone in chat, just so you understand that we love our steel books. We love our physical games. There goes King. He's got a whole, look at this. He's got a whole stack of steel books.
That's just a little of it.
Right, just a little bit up. I know. Literally, my shelf of physical games, it's a shelf. It's about like 4.5 feet tall, and it holds about like 18 games per slide. I cannot lift it up. It has to be like 250 pounds. It's so heavy. I'm like, how is this thing still standing? So the first point, so I can just talk about this sort of backwards in a way. The reason I think that it's important to support physical media moving forward, especially with hardware, is that you're locking people out of hardware in general. You're locking people out of their library moving forward with hardware. So that would mean that if I want to play Stalker, or I want to play Starfield, or whatever, or The Witcher, or whatever, I own those games on physical. That would mean that if Helix comes out, or if the PlayStation 6 comes out and it does not have a disc drive, I can no longer access that library. I'm locked out. And then the executives will come out and say, well, that's what a 360 is for. That's what an Xbox Series X is for. That's what a PS5 is for. Do you expect me to boot up a different console every time that I want to play a specific game? And the PC space, you have an all-in-one library, whether it's on GOG, whether it's on Steam, whether it's on Epic Game Store, it is all still there on your PC. It just depends on which store that you want to access it from, wherever you bought it from. So that's one of the big issues. For the people saying that the game is not on the disc and DRM and stuff like that, I completely agree with you and I completely understand, and I'm not disagreeing with you. My point is, and I guys are, especially Jonas and DeMarco and people are so sick of hearing me say this, but this is my point. It's very simple. Back in 2002, let's just say 2002, I would buy a game, I would go out and buy it, I got the disc, and I would put the disc in the console, and it would allow me to play the game. And that's as simple as I can make it. Nowadays, 2026, you buy a disc, you put it in, after a short download, it allows you to play the game. It's the same thing. I don't give a shit if the disc is spinning inside of the console. I'm like, I don't care about that. I've never cared about that. I didn't care about it in 2002. I don't care about it in 2026. I don't care if the full game is not on the disc. It is the novelty of the hobby. It's part of the fun of the hobby. You put the disc in and it works, and that's all that's ever mattered to me. Ever. That's all that's ever mattered to me. So it's up to me to be responsible if I break my disc, if I lose my disc. I don't know how that would ever happen, by the way. I'm not 15 years old running over to my friend's house and staying the night or what, eating pizza all night. Like, we're not in that time
I feel
anymore.
so bad
and
for digital players
you should
on
be doing
PlayStation
that.
Red.
I should be.
Because my internet went down for 2 days last week. If I didn't have my physical copy of Elden Ring, I wouldn't have been able to play without it. Like, I feel so bad because that's the only way that you can access the games. And I'm just like, my internet is offline. I can't access the PlayStation Store. I can't access my digital games. But because I had a physical copy of Elden Ring, I was still able to play it. Like, that's insane.
And the fact is, like, those scenarios, like power going out, or not power going out, but internet going out and whatever, they're very rare. Or like, what if PlayStation decides to take away your library, or what if Xbox decides that you can't access whatever? Those are the things that I'm even less concerned about, because they are very few and far between, those scenarios. I'm just more talking about just the novelty of owning a disc that allows me to play a game. It is as simple as that. It is so bare bones simple. That's how I feel about it. I could go on. King, how do you feel about this? Do you share my sentiment of
100% and even more? And I think these people that say they're not going to be affected, I've been digital for, y'all don't realize things are going to the gaming culture is going to totally change if everything goes digital, first off, with stores and everything else. But game prices are going to change. You're not going to have the option of buying a secondhand game. And games, what happens with monopolies? Do prices go up or down?
Hey guys, ask me a game. So I'm on the PlayStation Store right now. Ask me a game that I should look up for the price.
Infamous
or like a
Second
recent
Son.
game.
A recent?
There you go.
A recent game.
Oh, recent game.
Like within the past year or two.
Ghost
quote
of
unquote,
Antiques. Ghost of
Space
Yoti.
Marines 2. Space Marines.
Space Marine. Let's see. And someone look up a physical copy, if one would be so kind.
PS5?
Yes, for PS5. Let's see. Warhammer Space Marine 2, you said?
Yeah, I'm seeing a copy on GameFly used for $25.
On the PlayStation Store right now, it is $69.99. Oh my
Right,
god.
exactly.
It's almost a 2-year-old game.
But
Oh my
what's
god.
going to happen when you don't even have the choice of those prices? Well, I mean,
Right.
the prices are going to stay up, and people don't realize that.
100%. And the thing is, like, there are so many people that would go and try to find the best deal if you're digital, right? And the same thing could go. Sorry if you can hear my dogs, they're playing in the hallways trying to Kool-Aid man through the door. I literally, by the way, they busted the lock and broke the trim, because I have 2 massive golden doodles, and so I had to take a light fixture that's metal and like screw it into the trim, and they broke it. They still broke it. Anyway,
Wow.
how many people would go out of their way, like me and you and Assassin King would go out of our way to look for a game? Like, for example, whenever I look for deals for games, I think the first place that I go would be Amazon to get the base price. And typically full price games that are a little bit older are around like $40. Or like if they're new, they might be $30. Like, but you're not going to get like a game for like $15.37 or whatever. But there are places that sell that for, and eBay might be one of the worst places, because they'll charge you $500 for a 10-year-old game or whatever. But that choice once again being taken away. So from a business perspective, I can completely understand when PlayStation says we're cutting out the middleman, and we are. Sorry, I'm about to go and grab them. I don't know if you guys can hear them barking.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
We're cutting out the middleman, and we want to make more money. And that's the bottom line of any huge corporation. We want more money, even though we're making billions and billions of dollars, and we're making more money than we can ever do anything with.
And do you think they're going to lower their price on the digital only? Of course not.
And here's one thing that I just remembered, because Mike, you brought up a point, and King just said something that reminded me of this. What I was going to say is the irony of this whole thing is that this all started before PlayStation even did this. GTA 6 just came out and said, we are not making a physical version. Everyone lost their shit. And then we were hearing stories, whether or not you want to believe them or not, I don't know if they're true, but we were hearing stories about people walking in to GameStop and other stores to pre-order GTA 6, and that it was just a code. And people were like, why am I here then? I'll just go home and I'll just buy it at home. Now you could say that is what the companies are wanting, but GTA is charging $80 for the standard edition and arguably the full game edition for $100. PlayStation and other companies, if they follow suit, are still going to charge $80 for games that do not have a physical edition. And I've always been about the mind that I've always bring up this example. Let's say a game digitally is $50. Let's say, whatever game. Let's say, the Avowed 3 or whatever. It's $50 digital. I would say that the physical edition for that would be $60 or $65, right? $10, $15 upcharge to cover the cost and make a little bit of profit. From what we understand, physical production is still it still costs a good bit of money. But at what point do you, whenever you're trying to cover the cost of development versus cover the cost of physical production, like at what point, or like where's your profit margin with that? It just doesn't add up to me. I think it all comes down to just greed. They're still going to charge $80. They're still going to charge $120 for gold editions for Assassin's Creed games and whatnot. It's not going to change, and you're actually losing product because the physical stuff is gone. And I think that's the whole point. That's kind of the whole point there. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Well, I think that's something that's pretty funny is that like Sony owns Blu-ray. Like they own the right to it. So say that, yeah, like, and so say that it's like, oh, we're gonna cut costs and stuff like that. It's like, no, like you still make money when Microsoft has the games pressed and stuff like that. Like they still have to buy and license the Blu-ray technology from Sony. They're still making money off of it. Right. So I'm sure there's a little bit, but they're still making money, even when they're losing money off of it. And I don't know if you're going to get into this, Red Wolf, but did you hear Jez Corden talking about like the potential disc to digital program that Xbox is looking to do? Did you hear that?
I heard that. I heard about that, and the issue that I have with that is it goes hand in hand with my issue with which, let's say that a game comes out digital first and then a year later it gets a physical edition. Where personally I'm not going to buy it because it renders the disc useless, because I don't need the disc for the game to work anymore. And at that point, it genuinely does become what the majority of digital gamers perceive physical media as just something to look at on your shelf. Which to me, and for I think Assassin, I think for King, it's not that. It is about the novelty of getting up out of your chair, opening up the case and putting the disc in and shutting it and sitting down and like, let's go. Just like we've always done for the 35 years, playing video games. So for Microsoft to come out and say, yeah, you can take the money that you spent hard-earned money on for your deluxe edition of Baldur's Gate 3 that you spent $130 on, you don't need that anymore. F you. You can turn that into digital. I'm like, well, why the fuck did I have it to begin with? I don't know. That's my perspective on it, because let's just say for like Starfield, like I got the Steelbook edition and the deluxe edition. I got all these goodies. It'd be like I'm like the old man with my cane walking over to a rainy window and crying in a candlelit room and just picking up Starfield, just looking at it and going and then just putting it back on the shelf, knowing that I'm never going to use it again. Anyway, it's just sorry, I don't want to miss this real quick. Thank you so much, Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. See, Grandpa Barbecue King Cat says, Red, is the rumor true? Sony have done this as PS7 on, will only be available built into their TVs and games access via data crystals plugged into TV. That sounds totally true and real. Assassin, you want to parse that?
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Assassin, you want to read that? And
hold on, what?
And he spelled rumor wrong. I just want to point that out.
Data crystals. That's the next Blu-ray technology. We're gonna get rid of disk drives and move to data crystals.
Right, where you just hold it up and it goes, and it just floats to your TV and just like,
It's technology from Krypton that they've been trying to harvest for years. We're getting there. We're getting real close.
Right. Yeah. Thank God for
after 2028. That's when it'll be. Yeah.
After 2028, yeah. Grandpa Barbecue, I think he's making a joke. He's just saying that in the future that this is what new physical will be. I think that's what he's saying. He's saying
Data crystals. Why does that sound like if Krypton from DC Comics was in a Final Fantasy game? Like, what the fuck?
Jonas is saying that you can burn digital games onto discs. So Jonas is a pirate, and that's fine. I think it's what he's saying. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw that tweet from Alex White. He made a physical copy from a digital version of The Witcher 3 from GOG. He put it on a disc. Oh, hey, yeah, he's got a physical copy. That's true. So you're telling me that just a normal guy on Twitter can do it, but the multi-billion-dollar corporation can't? Like, that's wild to me.
You know, and another thing I don't like to hear is when people say, well, it's going to happen. We're all going to go digital. Well, music kind of went that way, and now they're back to pressing LPs, and LPs are more popular than ever. So
right, vinyls. That's another great point, King. That is another thing that I do want to bring up, and I am cognizant of time, Mike, so don't you worry. Is that there is a market for it. There is a market for physical media, regardless of what people want to say. Physical media sells for almost double the price. Like, you could buy a CD for $20 or whatever. Vinyl could sell for like $60, and people are more than happy to pay for it. And if the standard, let's just say 85% of people, 80% of people are buying games digitally, the 20% or 15-20% of people, that is still millions of people out of the billions of people that are playing video games.
40 to 50, Red.
40 to 50. There is a massive market for physical media moving forward. Amen. And I think that with all this pushback, with the more that companies push back on in a negative way when it comes to physical media, it's great news for other companies. And we've seen it on Twitter. I'm sure you guys have seen it on Twitter where other companies are like, dude, come to our website. We are all about physical media. We got your back. And they are getting great results from their pre-orders. It's been really great to see. Excluding Limited Run, I wish those guys were better. I'm not a fan of them, but I respect what they try to do.
Did you see Bethesda troll Sony with the Oblivion post?
Oh,
the
yeah,
Oblivion
with
remastered on Switch
Nintendo?
too. Yeah.
Yes. So Bethesda came out and they're like, and it's physical. There's a physical cartridge, and people are like, I'm buying it. I might buy it. I don't even have a Switch 2. Anyway.
What a great troll for Xbox to be like, we're releasing all of our games physically on the PS6.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's so good. Real quick, Jonas says, what I don't understand is why are you so hard pressed? Why are you so hard pressed on having a physical collection, but only if it's at the risk of being invalidated by the platform instead of owning it without that risk. The thing is, Jonas, like, I own my games, regardless if I own my games, right? I own my game completely and utterly, even if the game is not on the disc, because the disc allows me to download the full game. And you could say it's still a key. It allows me to download the game. It's a glorified DR and whatever, you know. But that novelty has never gone away. It's the same exact thing, just with a few extra steps. You put the disc in and it downloads. And that's really the only difference nowadays. After the game is downloaded, it allows me to play the game. And that is it is added to my physical collection. I have all my games on my shelf. If the game is not installed, I know that whenever I put the disc in, the game is there. It's not complicated. That is, I might be the simplest. I might have the simplest perspective on physical media. I don't know. It's never changed for me. It's never changed for you. Just to, you don't understand what I'm saying. Why do you do the day play? Sorry, I think Jonas is drunk. It is like 2 a.m. for him. PlayStation says the download, and he's Norwegian. PlayStation says the download is no longer available. What download? What would you not rather just have your own disc that never has that issue? I don't. But I can. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're saying. That whenever I put in a disc, the day that I'm not able to download the rest of the game, that's what you're saying. So now we're getting into the nitty gritty of, is my internet out? Is my power out? Is our PlayStation going to take? That's the kind of stuff that I'll deal with when the time comes. Those issues are so few and far between. They rarely ever happen, which is why I don't care about them until they actually happen. I guess that's just my honest opinion. That's just me being completely honest. Like, yes, that is an issue, but I never have to deal with it, I guess.
Aside from multiplayer games, like, anytime I've downloaded a single-player game on PlayStation, or even if the power's out and I want to download a single-player game without the internet, it still lets me play the 1.0 version. Just not with the patches. So... we're still going to play the game. It just
Jonas
won't
is
have
saying
all
what
the
happens when PlayStation
fixes and patches.
wants to host the game. Well, then that seems like what PlayStation would be doing anyway. Like, they just took away a ton of games. Or sorry, they just took away a ton of media from people who bought all the movies and stuff. They just took it away. But why would you not just have the version with all the patches? Because it's still on the disc. The disc is the key. No, we're gonna go. Me and Jonas love each other very much, just so you guys understand. But Jonas is a very intelligent man, and he's Norwegian, so he's also friends with. It isn't. You know what, Jonas? Fuck. Okay. Anyway, before we get too far into this. Jonas has a great point, and I agree with it. I totally agree. The thing is, I'm not disagreeing with Jonas. I agree with him 100%. I just don't give a shit about the intricacies of DRM and ownership and downloading and badges, and I just want to put a thing in the thing and make it.
I think we all had good points, but Mike's was the best. Why would you want to give up the choice?
Yeah,
I mean, if you like digital, that's great, but don't let the choice go away.
I think also another thing with that is that, like, given that, we got the xCloud where you can play games, over Game Pass if you want. But how many of us are like, sweet, I don't need this console anymore. I'm getting rid of that. I'm already all digital anyway. Why not just stream everything? Like, nobody in their right mind is doing that right now. And what's it going to be like, when the PS8, 9 comes out and it's like, oh, you have to buy it on a TV and it's integrated into it and there's no console anymore and you got all digital games. Like, people are going to have a fit there. Like, I want my piece of plastic underneath my TV. And so it makes sense. It's just like, well, I might not be as connected to the physical games as you guys are, but I still have that desire to have that belonging of something in my house that is mine.
Let me just add on and just ask Red a question. And Red, I want you to follow me through this, all right? So let's say that a disc with a 1.0, let's just pretend like Halo Campaign Evolves coming out in a couple weeks, right? You download the 1.0 version, right? It's like 75% of the disc. You can't play any of the patches. It's not a 1.2 patch. Are you going to complain about having 75% of your cake or none of your cake? Like, wouldn't you rather... Like, partial ownership is still ownership. You still have something that the corporations
and if you don't have partial ownership, you have nothing at all. And I think that's just sort of my whole thing.
Would you rather have partial ownership or no ownership is basically why a lot of people are okay with not having the full game on the disc.
100%. And I'm so sorry. We can actually continue this conversation, but real quick, I know Mike has a heart out. And Mike, dude, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Been trying to get you on not trying. I've been wanting to get you on for a while. Haven't talked about it. And then I got sick. It was perfect timing for me to get sick. But please tell everybody, all about 4XP and what you guys got going on there. And again, chat, please do go and check out 4XP in the description below. At least go follow them on Twitter to see what they have going on there. The website is there in the link. The social links are all there. So Mike, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, thank you for letting me do a shameful plug. I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Do it.
No shame. Go to 4xpgaming.com. Right now we got a couple things going on. We have a 4th of July sale, so everything on our website is 25% off for the 250th anniversary of America. I love America. America's the best. It really is.
Yes.
I love America. Also, we are doing go America.
America! I don't have any soundbite for that.
A lot of the Europeans visiting for the World Cup apparently agree and are stealing our ranch.
I can't blame them. And so the other thing we're doing is like a try before you buy type promotion, where right now you can get a shaker bottle and a joystick, which is our little stick packs, individual stick packs of each of our flavors. It's free for those right now. We just ask that you pay shipping and handling, which it's $8. So, which is a pretty good deal in this economy with shipping and, gas prices and stuff like that. So head over there. We do have a rewards program. You give us all your personal data. We'll give you like $3 off, I think, initially for nothing pretty much. But yeah, check us out. We'd love to help everybody learn and grow, enjoy their games more, because, you eat something, you drink something that tastes fantastic. It's going to turn your good experience into a great experience every time with gaming. Hit us up on social. We're pretty much everywhere, just at 4xp_gaming. My name's Mike. Feel free to hit me up as much as you'd like. I might ignore you, but we're small and we can't ignore people because that'll be really bad. So I won't ignore you.
Right.
But yeah.
So never mind. I won't ignore you. Right. Really great. Your product is great, man. And I would say
thank you so much for having me on, man.
Yeah, and I would say as someone who does not usually get like those types of like sugar drinks and energy drinks and whatever you want to call it, it's an incredible product. It really is. Yeah. Like, it really is. This is not sponsored, by the way. Mike did not pay me anything to say.
No.
I promise you. It's really great.
There is some sugar. There's 10 grams per serving, so not a lot, but more than none. So that's what Red Wolf's talking about. It's not crazy like Mountain Dew or anything off the charts. It's relatively healthy, but still amazing at the same time.
Yeah,
so
absolutely
cool. Well,
yes,
Mike. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, bro. Well, you
good
take
to
care,
meet you, man.
All righty.
Yeah. We'll talk to you later.
Man.
Later, Mike.
All right, boom, and I'm not King Fan Man, and you're not Colt Eastwood. Let me remove this here. And,
keep Colt's name under me. That'd be good.
There we go. I was like, oh god, that's cold. I didn't realize. Let me. All right, I'll just keep this up here like that. There we go. Yeah. So guys, do please go check out 4XP Gaming. They're so nice, man, and they're just regular dudes, and they're gamers just like us. So do please go check them out, and the link in the description below. Do whatever you can for them because they're really good people. Sorry, I wanted to. Jump back into this real quick. Thank you so much, Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat. Thank you so much again for the $5 super chat. Why does no one acknowledge that digital downloads can be played offline on PS5? It's true, and it's the same thing with Xbox, by the way. If your Xbox is your home Xbox and it's set that way, you can do the same thing. You can still play your digital games. Even if the game needs an update or whatever, obviously it's not going to recognize if you don't have internet connection. So yeah, it is definitely a thing, and no one really talks about that. Jonas wants to hijack the podcast. Can we chat about this sometime? Because we want the same thing, and you're not hearing what I'm saying, and I want us to be on the same page, dude. And the thing is, I think we do understand each other, but you think I'm disagreeing with you, and I'm not. I'm agreeing with you, and I'm saying I agree with you, but I actually like this other thing. You want
things to stay the same, Red, but Jonas is here trying to give a solution.
Well,
or a better solution than just accepting the current reality.
And he's 1,000% correct. He is not wrong in any way, and I don't disagree with him. I actually agree with him. I and King and Assassin, we just prefer to take the thing and put it in the thing, and that's all we care about. I think it's just as simple as that. There you go, right there beside King. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but seriously, Jonas, really, we should talk off air sometime. Just have fun and just talk about it, because I do have a lot of respect for your opinion. Because you and DeMarco, you guys are PC guys, and you have a lot of insight on that because you've been in PC in digital for way longer than I have. Because I went digital like in 2016 or something, and then it was 2018. I was like, what am I doing? This is wrong. What did you have there, King? You were about to show something.
Yeah, I was so mad about this. I got the whatever it was, the highest price thing, Fallout 76. I got the helmet and the
Oh.
steel book and all this. And then what comes in it?
What a little
It's
paper.
it's a cardboard thing with the number on it. Oh, I was mad.
So dumb. Did you DM
I
Todd?
didn't care
Like, Todd?
about the nylon bag. I still got the nylon bag, by the way. I didn't turn it back in. But this is what I got mad at.
That's so, dude. I would have been so mad. I can't tell you how many times I've pre-ordered a game physically, and I have to go through the fine details and be like, "Is there a code in the box? Is there a code in the box?" Because I'm terrified of what you just described. I'm so terrified of having that experience. It's so true. Jonas, you don't understand me because you explained what you thought I said. It's not what I said at all. I don't know. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what you want from me, Jonas. I agree with you. He's like, no, you don't. Jonas is like,
he wants what everyone wants. Everyone to just forcefully come to PC and just stay there.
That's not what he said. I know you're kidding.
I know. That's not what he said, but that's. I mean, come on. I mean, when we're talking about this, like, for a particular ecosystem, let's just keep it to that ecosystem. I understand that each of the 4 main platforms have, like, very good pros compared to each other's cons, but let's face it, a lot of people on PlayStation, they just don't care about PC and Steam sales and, quote-unquote piracy / true ownership. They don't care about Xbox's quick resume and Game Pass. They don't care about Nintendo's full game on a cartridge for their first-party games or their family-friendly appeal. They don't care about that. Like, let's just keep the conversation to the one ecosystem and one ecosystem in general. Like, let's just not bring up the other platforms because I don't see a reason to, if I'm being honest. I'm here to complain about PlayStation doing PlayStation things on a PlayStation console that make no damn PlayStation sense. So let's just keep it that way.
Right. And Jonas and DeMarco, see you guys. You want people to own their games, which your plastic boxes and discs don't do right now. And I think all I'm saying is that I know that, and I know that that's a reality. I totally understand that. I think for people like me and Assassin and King, like I said, the novelty sort of overrides that notion and that reality. It is just about having the thing and that it allows us to play. That is it. But I am not ignoring the fact that it is not actual ownership if the entire thing isn't on the account, if it's not on the PC, or if it's not on the console. What do you mean I can have both? You know what? I'm ending the show. Anyway, look, we were going to get into GTA, but it's fine. I think we really covered everything because we kind of talked about GTA because it sort of funneled into the physical thing.
We did.
You can and should have both, yeah. And I love physical. I've kind of got my PC set up. It's a whole thing. I love both. I love both. I would prefer physical. If a game doesn't come out on physical, I really would prefer the company just say, we will never have a physical edition. And I go, great, I'll buy it digital. That's it, right? And I am I alone on that? Like King D, if Bethesda said Elder Scrolls 6 is not going to have a physical edition and there never will be, would you then go, well, I'm not gonna buy it?
No, I'm still playing. Yeah.
Absolutely not. Assassin, if the next Persona 6 comes out, no physical edition, are you going to go, well, I'm not buying it then? It's like, no. You're not gonna punish yourself. Okay, well, never mind. Well, that's the end of the show, everybody. I guess thank you guys so much for coming.
As well as I do, that I hold true to my convictions. I was excited for GTA 6, but when they said it was a code in the box, I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not buying that this year.
Well, I guess, and I think that's just where you and I differ. Like, I would much rather.
I actually hold true to my values.
Well, and I totally respect that. I just think that I would much rather there be a reality where companies are more transparent with their production and just say, we're never coming out with this product physically. And I go, fine. That's the same thing that's happening right now with Final Fantasy VII. Dude, I cannot express I want to play Final Fantasy VII Remake so bad right now on Xbox.
King, he's so afraid that if he buys it, Square Enix is going to announce the next day it's getting a physical copy.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that I'm going to buy Final Fantasy Remake for Xbox, and then they're going to, like, next month, they're going to be like, full-on trilogy, Xbox trilogy release, and I'm like, fuck, I'm just wasting my money.
See, I went through this same fight 10 years ago on PC. I was so mad when they quit selling physical PC stuff.
Right, that's right. Because remember getting like the big chunky PC disc
I loved
boxes?
it.
I loved it
I
too.
loved it.
I still have my physical. I don't know where it is, but I still have my Witcher 1 from 2007. Witcher 1 big chunkin' case. That was the first. That was actually the first PC that I had was for the Witcher 1. And it's just special to me, but
I still go in game stores. My son hates this. I go in every game store I go in. Where's your PC section? Where's your PC games? He'll go, Dad, don't do that.
Right, exactly.
Do that.
And Jonas,
Dalamore actually brings up a good point,
bro. We do need to talk, bro. I was all respect. It's all fun. DeMarco, GOG gives DRM games that you can put onto a disc and have physical and actually own it, but you can't use that disc on a PC because PC doesn't have a disc drive, right?
That's actually a good point.
I don't get.
What's the point of making discs from GOG and Steam or Epic if there's no disc drive in your PC? What's the point?
I want to literally stand up with the disc in hand, put it inside, and it makes the game run. Not like, cool, look at this disc, and that's it. I don't care about that because that's what, like, me and King and Assassin, we have like statues and steel books and stuff like that, like posters, and I have posters all over my room.
No. You have steel books.
We have steel. Me and King
don't put your addiction on me.
I know, right? I am obsessed with it.
You got a steelbook addiction out the ass.
I do. I really do. Yeah, it's the.
Oh, you too. You motherfucker.
I do.
He's got like a stack of like 5 out of 500 games right next to him with steelbooks. There's something about it.
Oh, Red.
King, there's something about it. Like, it's like you're elevating your physical collection by having the steelbook version, because like a little plastic box, like I'm happy with that. But steelbook, you're like,
steelbook is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's so addictive. It really is. Anyway, we've gone on for so long. This has been such a great show. And thank you, King, so much for jumping on last minute. Thank you, Assassin, for jumping on last minute. Everyone jumped on last minute because I didn't know what I was going to do. And shout out to DeMarco, who he's out sick right now. And he probably won't be on for a good while.
Feel better, DeMarco.
Yeah, because he's got his work schedule is weird, but so I'll be on next week.
He's sick, but he's throwing hands in chat. I don't know about that.
Well, you can lay in your bed with your nose plugged with tissue, and with a cold rag over your head and a bucket under your butt, and you can still chat on your phone. I get it. Jonas says sick. I thought he was in jail. You can again.
No. He's sick in jail. He's in the prison infirmary.
Exactly. You can have both. Anyway, it's been such a fun show, and thank you all so much for all the support, the super chats. Assassin, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. That was insane. Shout out to sorry, let me grab it here real quick just so I can see. Yes, Stefano, thank you so much for the 5. Last North, thank you so much for the 5 gifted members. FarQ, thank you for renewing your membership. Assassin, thank you for that. And Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat for the 2 $5 super chats. Means everything. So incredibly nice of you guys. Yes. Really means a lot. And really glad that we got to do a show in general. As you know, King, you're doing content and you're like, that video didn't do very well. I don't know. Maybe I should just wait to do a video. And then you do your live stream and you're like, I want to do a video again.
Yes.
This is so great. The community is so great. It's just, I don't know. It's what it's all about. So anyway, Speaking of which, King, please tell everyone where they can find you. Your links are in the description below. What do you got coming up?
Got more Starfield stuff coming up, more Starfield creation stuff. Of course, always got news, got the Kingcast every Saturday at 4:30, live stream every week, all Bethesda stuff. So if you like Bethesda, go to King Fan Man.
There you go, King Fan Man.
Like me, subscribe me, all those things.
Yes. like him, subscribe him, all of those things. Assassin, what do you got coming up? Where can people find you?
I have nothing coming up except I'm going to continue bullying Sony along with the rest of the internet until they reverse course. And if they don't, then I will have to weigh my options. Actually, wait. No, I haven't. No, I don't. I've already weighed my options. I've already decided. I've already decided with my girlfriend. Like, we're going to go back. So there's this cool independent game store, like 30 minutes from us. They have physical games from almost every generation. Even the original PlayStation, the Dreamcast, like all of those old games. They have so many there. We're just going to get old consoles, old games, and just play retro. And if there's something good coming, in the future, then I'll get a PC and just get the games there on Steam or on Epic, wherever. Or I'll just pirate.
Or just get a Steam machine,
Yeah. Or I will, yeah. No, not a Steam machine. I don't want to deal with the red line of death. I can't believe. You know what?
We've come
Screw
full
it. Close
circle.
enough.
Did you see
Close
that,
enough.
King, the
Welcome
Steam
back,
machine?
Xbox 360.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, and go check out Assassin. You can check out his Twitter link in the description below. Go follow him, please. As far as what I have going on, I have been busting my ain off on shorts, and so that might not be for everyone. It's more just sort of like outreaching to try to grow the channel. It's kind of like an experiment, to be honest. But I busted my ass today working on like 15 different video shorts from outtakes from my videos and seeing how they're going to do mod videos from my older Starfield mod videos in short version, YouTube Shorts format. So look out for that. And I also have 3 videos coming up. One's on Stalker. One is on physical media. I don't even know if I'm going to release that. I might just do a video of the short outtake from this podcast because we really covered everything. It feels like it's better than the video that I made. And then I have one more video on Elder Scrolls and Starfield engine upgrades and how they're hiding technology. It's the clickbait way of getting everybody to jump on the video. It's a struggle bus, but so I have a lot of content coming out. I'm trying really hard to grow the channel, and it's all for you guys in chat. Sincerely appreciate all the support. So that's what's coming up. Be sure to please check out King Fan Man in the chat. In the description below. Go subscribe to him. He does all the things that I do. He streams like how many times a week do you stream? Like four times? 3 times?
Yeah, 3, 4 sometime.
Yeah,
it's according to what's going on. I at least do content. 2 or 3.
Yep, he's got so much content. He's got all of the Bethesda stuff that you want, all the feel-good energy. King, you're such a nice guy. You just got good vibes.
Oh, thank you, brother.
So it's why I always love jumping into your streams. So
thank you for having me.
Anyway, yes, thank you so much for jumping on. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Existence is pain.